The Old Testament speaks of a prophet Jonah, who spent 3 days in the belly of a whale. While nobody has since matched this feat, 2 California kayakers come closer than probably anyone wants to.
It's a gorgeous and calm Monday morning in San Luis Obispo Bay. Making the day extra special, 20 enormous humpback whales have been spotted.
Kayakers and paddleboarders are flocking to the bay with the hopes of watching the animals feeding.
2 women, Julie McSorley and her friend Liz Cottriell, are enjoying Julie's 2-person kayak.
That's when the 2 ladies spot a massive humpback whale just below the surface.
Julie, for one, is thrilled at the sight of these real-life giants and wants to go in for a closer look.
Liz, on the other hand, is a lot more hesitant, but Julie assures her that nothing bad will happen.
Liz finally agrees to go. Meanwhile, just below the surface, something very big is getting ready for lunch.
Humpbacks feed on what are known as bait balls, giant, dense swarms or schools of fish that gather near the surface. When the whales are ready for a bite, they open their mouths wide and surge up through the bait balls and take a big gulp, taking whatever fish they can catch.
Julie and Liz are getting an incredibly close front row seat to this amazing sight. But maybe they're a little too close because the women suddenly find themselves surrounded by a very frightened school of fish.
And before they can react, suddenly, their entire kayak is lifted up into the sky.
Oh, no. Engulfing their entire kayak with the 2 women inside the boat.
Julie and Liz are now in the mouth of this 50-foot, 60,000-pound humpback whale, and it actually takes them under the water.
Although it's a truly terrifying scenario, there's actually a silver lining.
Unlike sharks or orcas, humpback whales do not have teeth. They use frilly plates called baleen to filter small fish and crustaceans from the water. They couldn't swallow a human because their throat is only the width of an average grapefruit.
The whale very quickly realizes that something in his mouth that shouldn't be there, so it spits out Julie and Liz, and they find themselves popping up to the surface of the water with their kayak upside down right next to them. Surprisingly, they are completely unharmed.
If there's any question just how close these women got inside this whale, as they're walking to their car, Liz shakes out her shirt and a bunch of fish fly out.
When Julie and Liz get back to their vehicle, Julie checks her pockets, and it appears there is 1 casualty on the day. Her car keys are missing.
Ah, the monotony of household chores. What some of us wouldn't give for a little excitement to save us from the drudgery. A Texan named Peggy Jones would tell you to be careful what you wish for.
Peggy Jones is out riding her lawnmower in Silsbee, Texas, just having a good time living life. When all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a snake falls from the sky directly onto Peggy.
Clearly, the snake is just as frightened as Peggy is because it wraps around her arm and then lashes at her face.
The snake clings desperately to Peggy as she tries to fight it off. As bizarre as this aerial anomaly is, it's about to get even stranger.
As she's fighting with the snake, she hears this crazy loud screech coming from above.
When she looks up, she sees a hawk, and it starts diving directly in her direction.
The hawk latches itself onto Peggy's arm and starts pecking at the snake.
Peggy's now caught in the crossfire of a ravenous raptor and a snake who's determined to go down fighting.
The snake coils even tighter around Peggy's arm, and that hawk is persistently pecking at the snake, but it just keeps missing and hitting Peggy's poor arm.
Clearly, the hawk had caught the snake and was planning on eating it for lunch. but it dropped it, and now it wants its snake back.
Suddenly, the hawk flies away. Peggy's like, I've been saved. But the hawk just does a couple circles and then dive bombs it again.
It's the same horror show over and over again. Peggy's arm is going through it. Peggy just wants to mow her lawn. She's like, Jesus, take the snake and the hawk.
Finally, the hawk gets a grip on the snake and flies away with its lunch.
Although she's relieved that the snake and hawk are gone, when she looks at her arm, she realizes that she's suffering deep puncture wounds. She has scratches, she's covered in bruises. She runs to the house, she screams for her husband, and he drives her to the emergency room.
The doctors in the emergency room do not believe that this woman has not been stabbed. It looks identical to wounds that would be sustained from a knife.
And he just kept on and I just couldn't get rid of the snake.
This is the first time they've seen a hawk attack on a human like this. It's probably gonna be the last time they'll see this.
Lucky for Peggy, she makes a full recovery. The snake does not. If Peggy's tale cautions us to keep our heads up while mowing the lawn, the next one warns lucky fishermen to keep their mouths shut.
It's just another day at Boscombe Pier in Bournemouth, and 28-year-old fisherman Sam Quillam is out with his friends, and they're hankering for some Dover sole.
Sam casts his line, he gets a bite, he reels it in, and him and his buddies are ecstatic that they've caught a fish.
When Sam pulls the fish up over the pier, sure enough, it's a Dover sole.
With his catch secured, next is the most important part, a tradition that's been practiced by anglers for decades. Time to pucker up.
Sam holds the fish up to his mouth and has done what so many fishermen before him have done. He plants a big smooch right there on the sole.
Unfortunately for Sam, this is one flirty fish.
The fish squirts out of his hand like a bar of soap, and it goes the only direction it can go, directly into Sam's mouth.
This fish moves fast. Instinctually, it's thinking it's returning to the water. So within a matter of seconds, it's down past his molars and it lodges itself in Sam's throat.
Sam is in an all-out panic because he can't breathe and he starts running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Sam's friends, Steve and Matt, at first are laughing. They think it's a joke, but they quickly realize that he's in trouble. They try to grab the fish. They reach into his throat, but they can't get it.
The fish has fins around its body, and they fold in one direction, allowing it to go in forward. But if you try to pull the fish back out, they open up, and so that prevents them from pulling it out of his throat.
Soon Sam's turning blue and ultimately passes out.
Sam goes into cardiac arrest. One of his buddies attempts to perform CPR while the other is calling emergency services. It is chaos on this pier.
The paramedic arrives within 3 minutes, and when they see what's going on, they're in shock. They've never seen a fish lodged in someone's windpipe before. The paramedic grabs some forceps and attempts to go in there and pull the fish out, but they have the same problem his friends have. It's stuck.
Finally, after 7 tries, he's able to pull the fish in its entirety from Sam's mouth.
On the way to the hospital, medics in the ambulance successfully revive Sam, leaving him with an unbelievable story to tell.
After he gets out of the hospital, Sam returns to the scene of the kiss to thank the paramedic who saved him.
I've never seen anything like it.
Also to take photographs with the fish that almost cost him his life.
When asked if he will ever kiss a fish again, Sam says he will, but only if they are too big to fit in his mouth.